outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Think about this for a moment. The way you think, the way your emotions, you carry them, the energy that you live in every day. Eventually, it shows up in your relationships, your choices, your habits, your peace, your confidence, and the life we create. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Limitless Live. My name is Olga Benyaminov, and this month we are focusing on spiritual life. Today, I want to talk about something incredibly powerful, and that is healing your inner world. Because so many people try to change their outer world without ever healing what is happening internally. But the truth is, your outer life reflects your inner state. So today I want to go deeper into emotional energy, unhealed wounds, alignment, and becoming emotionally and spiritually whole. So I want to start with what is the inner world. Your inner world is really your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, your wounds, your self talk, your emotional patterns. And yes, it's even your energy. Whether you realize it or not, your inner world influences every decision that you make. So if someone internally feels unworthy, unsafe, rejected, and fearful, their emotional state reflects that. And it affects their relationships, career decisions, boundaries, confidence, communication, and all the opportunities that they either accept or reject. And many people say, I want peace, I want healthy love, I want happiness, but internally, they are living in fear, anxiety, resentment, self doubt, emotional chaos. So eventually, the inner state becomes the outer experience. And so, if we talk about that emotional energy, every emotion carries energy. If we have fear, that creates contraction. If you have anger, that creates tension. If you have shame, that would create hiding from opportunities. If you feel love, that creates openness. If you feel peace, that creates clarity. And there is something very important that you have to remember. People don't make decisions only logically. They make decisions emotionally. And if someone lives in fear, they actually might stay in unhealthy situations because of fear. They might avoid opportunity because of fear. They might self sabotage and push people away because of fear. And fear can also cause you overthink constantly. Not because you're weak, but because unresolved emotions are running the system. And many people don't even realize that they are reacting from old wounds instead of responding consciously. Unhealed wounds really come back. And this is one of the biggest spiritual lessons. When we don't heal, we react. Unhealed wounds may sound like, I'm not good enough, or people always leave me, or I have to prove myself. I can't trust anyone. I'll get hurt again. These are beliefs that shape behaviors. So, for example, if a person got abandoned in the past, they may become controlling in a relationship in the future. If a person criticized constantly, they might become defensive automatically. And if someone is being betrayed, they may stop trusting altogether. But healing changes reaction into conscious response. So instead of reacting emotionally, you begin responding intentionally. Because healing creates awareness. And awareness is what really creates freedom. So I want you to introduce that powerful concept of alignment. Alignment means your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions are working together instead of working against each other. Because many people say, I want love, but internally, They believe that they're not lovable. And that's a misalignment. If you if you're one of those that says I want success, but internally you believe that you're going to fail, that's misalignment. And you don't attract you don't attract what you want. You align with what you are. So your emotional state matters. Your beliefs matter. Your energy matters because your inner world is constantly shaping your outer reality. So I want everyone that's listening to ask yourself, just ask yourself this one question. What emotion do I live in most of the time? Are you living in fear, stress, anger, anxiety? Or are you living in peace, gratitude, and hope? Because whatever emotion dominates your inner world will be eventually what shapes your experience in life. Healing isn't becoming someone new. Healing is returning to who you truly are underneath the pain, before the hurt, before the betrayal, before the disappointment. Because there was a version of you that was peaceful, that was open, loving, creative, joyful, authentic. And healing is about reconnecting to that version of you again. We're not looking for perfection. We're not looking for pretending or even bypassing the pain. We're talking about becoming emotionally honest and spiritually aligned. So you might ask yourself, how do I do that? I'm going to guide you through an exercise. So write it down. I want you to write down one recurring emotional pattern that you notice in your life. Whatever that pattern may be. Maybe it's fear, maybe it's overthinking, maybe it's being people pleaser, maybe it's anger or self-doubt or anxiety. Once you identify that core feeling, I want you to ask yourself, what belief may be behind this pattern? What do you really believe? Do you believe that you're not enough? Do you believe that you're not safe? Or I'll be rejected? I have to earn love. I can't trust people. Whatever that might be, I want you to identify that and then replace it with a new empowering belief. So if you think you're not enough, replace it with I am worthy. If you think you're not safe, replace it with I'm safe. If you think you'll be rejected, replace it with I trust myself. And if you think you have to earn love, replace it with I deserve love. I deserve healthy love. And you are enough. Healing begins with awareness. And until you're aware of what that feeling is and you learn how to replace that with a powerful, positive affirmation, you will never accept it. And I want you to remember this. Your life changes when your inner world changes. That doesn't happen overnight. That doesn't happen instantly. But slowly, your energy will start shifting. And then your choices will shift. Your boundaries will shift. Your confidence will shift. And eventually, your entire life begins to reflect the healing that's happening within you. So don't just focus on changing your circumstances. Heal the version of you experiencing all those circumstances. Work through this whole week. I want you to identify those emotional patterns that repeat in your life and what belief connects you to it. And really, remember to choose yourself, choose healing, choose alignment, and choose emotional peace. Because healing isn't about becoming someone new. It's about returning to who you truly are. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll continue again next week when we wrap up Spiritual Month of May.